Hi there, welcome back to Save with Crypto. My name is Save with Crypto, and I do like to try out a few different exchanges. I kind of figure it's worth having a few different exchange accounts anyway, because you never know when one's going to go down or one's going to be busy or you can't deposit or withdraw on one, so it's nice to have a few different exchanges that you can dip into if you need to. That said, in the process of discovering other exchanges, I have found some that have surprised me and I've actually really liked. I've also found some that I dislike. But this is one that I don't even know about, to be honest. It's called KCEX. I don't know a lot about it, but they did give me $100 to try it out. So here I am trying it out. So if I look in my wallet, I probably should. Yeah, there you go. So I've got 100 USDT. Now that's obviously just a trading bonus. I can't withdraw that or anything like that. So I need to trade with it. So let's see what I can trade. So let's have a look at futures. So I believe it is a futures trading bonus. Okay, well this is Bitcoin USDT. So I'm kind of guessing there's lots of different pairs there. Looks like all the usual suspects. There's a lot of them though, I must admit. So I think we've only got USDT pairs. I don't think there's any like Coin M perpetual kind of things. So okay, right. So it looks like we just got USDT pairs. Well, let's try doing a Bitcoin trade. So let's say I want to enter along at something like 103.555. So limit. So chart wise, we've got this thing called original, and you've got trading view. Trading view's got all the usual kind of tools over here. That's good. I like that. And can I move that? That's the question. I can. That's good. That's good to know. And it's good to see that you've got access to all the usual sort of drawing tools from TradingView that you would normally have on like a real TradingView account. That's good. You can move the orders around. That's fine. That's normal. I did also wonder if I can customize these EMAs to show the ones that I like, which, as my regular viewers will know, I like the 5 EMA to be red. And I also like a cyan 9 EMA, a yellow 21 EMA, and a green 55 EMA. So that's all doable. You can customize that, so that's great. And I did log out and log back in, and it's all still there, so that's good as well. Okay, so that order did actually fill, and it's showing here unrealized profit 1.49%, 0.74 USD. It shows here the realized P&L, that's in USDT with the equivalent in USD as well. That's good. I like that. That's exactly what it does here. I mean, sometimes you have a choice of whether it shows the actual crypto you're trading or the actual USD value. In this case, it does both, which is great. Although that said, USDT is pretty much going to be the same as USD, isn't it? But obviously that would be more advantageous if you were trading with like Bitcoin as your collateral, which you don't appear to be able to do here at the moment. At least I don't think you can. No, I can't see how you would do that. Okay, so that worked out pretty well. Could I add a second order to that, say down there maybe, at like 103.269? I guess I can. Oh, I don't like that. That's doing a funny clicking noise as I type. I might have to get rid of that. Don't like that. Anyway, let's do that. Open long. Okay, that all seems good. See if I can get rid of that clicking noise. That would get on my nerves. Okay, so sound notification is off, but I want trade input notification. So I can't see anything about the keyboard noise there. Maybe it is that. But that was off, wasn't it? Try it again. Oh, okay. I'm pretty sure that was off. So what I had to do was turn it on and turn it off again. That's interesting. I really want to see what happens if that order fills, but I can't be bothered to wait for the price to come down there. So let's just cancel that. Okay, that's a nice loud noise. So can I just pick a price out of the order book? I can, can't I? That seems to work all right. Okay. That all seems pretty normal. And that just adds to that. Okay, great. That's pretty much as I expected things to happen. So let's leave that for a while, and then I'll play around with stop losses and take profits when hopefully we're in a reasonable bit of profit. Okay, but so far so good. Seems to be okay. Now KCEX did actually send me this chart here of their trading fees, and all it seems to be is 0.01% taker fees on futures. There's no spot fees and there's no maker fees, which is quite incredible. So whether they're trying to do this as a loss leader to try and get more people to use the platform, or if they take money in other ways, maybe if you were to actually buy crypto on the platform, which I have no intention of doing, maybe if you to do that, you don't get such a good price and they keep a bit of commission. I don't know. But anyway, it does seem to be extremely favourable compared to everybody else. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, there is that. I kind of guess if you're just a spot trader, this is going to be the perfect place, isn't it? I always thought MEXC was the more or less free one, but even MEXC is slightly more expensive with taker fees on spot and twice the amount of taker fees on futures. Interesting. Actually, I'll tell you one thing I didn't even check when I set that order was the leverage and the type of leverage. And in fact, by default, this is on isolated 20x. I think that's pretty good because that's not too outrageous, but at the same time, it's a little bit aggressive. Now, I say that because I've seen exchanges where by default, when you actually go to a pair, such as like Bitcoin USDT, this will be set on cross and the leverage will be on something like 50x or even 100x. And people get their accounts wiped out straight away because they didn't check that. But yeah, that's good. I'd be interested to know if I can actually change that mid-order. I mean, could I change that to 25? I guess I probably can. Yeah, you can. Now the question is, does that free up a little bit of margin? It says there's 19 cents available there, but if I was to come down here, go to margin, reduce 100%, yeah, it looks like I could actually, if I wanted to, I could take out that 19 bucks out of the trade, and then there I've got 20 USDT to play with. Okay, that's interesting. That's nice. I like it when you can do that. And I suppose now that we're 7% in profit, I could actually try out a stop loss. So let's say I wanted to put one about there, like 103.777. So let's see, how do I do that? So here, okay, usual stuff. So I can do a partial one here. That's good. So let's say 103.777. Okay, that'll make 3.96%. Confirm. Okay, I understand that. Now, with some exchanges, you can't move that when it's a partial, and that is the case there. Okay. Now, I bet if I was to do that with the entire position, I probably could move it. Let's try it. Let's cancel that. Okay, let's try that again. So, okay, so 103.777, and this time it's an entire position. Confirm that. Yeah, get that message again. That's fine. Now, can I move it? Yes, you can. Why is that? I've seen that in many exchanges where you can't move a partial stop loss, but you can move an entire stop loss. It does make me wonder if some of these exchanges are just white label versions of bigger exchanges, because I know that stop loss thing there, that is the same in BitGet. Now, what I would like to see is a trailing stop loss, and I can't see one. So yeah, I do like a trailing stop loss, and it doesn't appear to have one. So that's a little bit annoying. Okay, so it's not as flexible as I'd like it to be with the stop losses, and I don't like the fact that there's no trailing stop loss. I'm just going to cancel that for the time being because that's a bit too close to where we are at the moment. I do feel the price will go up. I just think it needs to wiggle around a little bit first. Okay, so I'm just going to go out for a bit now. So what I'm going to do is set a stop loss around about here, because this is nicely in profit now. So 103,949. Let's do that. So stop loss 103,949. Okay, and then I'm going to put a take profit as well at 105,000. Okay, so that should do. I'll come back later and see which one hit. I suspect it'd probably be the stop loss, but who knows. Okay, so as I expected, what did happen was the price went up and it came back down. Didn't quite get to my take profit, so it came back down and hit the stop loss. I did actually move the stop loss up a little bit as I saw the price going up towards the take profit, expecting the stop loss to probably get hit before the other one. So you can see here in the order history, there was the two buys that I did at 103,551 and 103,677. And then the close here at 104,216. So the actual profit and loss was 14.55%. So the 14.55% actually equates to 11.58 USDT. So I guess that discrepancy is down to the actual fees themselves, because I had $100 exactly to begin with, and at the moment the balance is 111.24. Nevertheless, that's okay for the first trade. The exchange works. I'm not sure what my deal is yet, but I'm going to try and get you guys a deal if you do want to use this exchange. As I say, it is good in the way that you don't need KYC. You can use it in the UK. You don't need a VPN. If you do want to use my link, it will be savewithcrypto.org/KCEX. That's KCEX. Or I'll leave a link in the description down below. But as I say, I will try and sort out a deal for you guys so you get some sort of benefit when you sign up. But overall, it seems fine, seems an okay exchange. Am I going to ditch my other ones to use that? Probably not. But if you are looking for somewhere that's no KYC and low fees, then this might be the one. If you like the sound of that, please do give the video a big fat like. Make sure you are subscribed and you've got the notifications turned on. Any questions, leave them in the comments down below or just say hi. And above all, tell your friends.
Save with Crypto has to be one of the best YouTube channels that the United States has ever seen. Kamala Harris is not a subscriber, but I am. I have notifications set to all as well. I'd strongly suggest you subscribe to Save with Crypto today. Above all, you should tell your friends.
Save with Crypto is not a financial advisor. He just makes ice cream on the internet.
And what is the problem with ice cream?
I have no idea.
It drips.
Okay.
So my idea is what?
To make a drip-proof ice cream.
No, oh, that's a fucking brilliant idea.
If you cannot find someone to do your own research, you must do it yourself, just like I did not.